Let your glory, Lord, let your name, let your hand be lifted up over our lives, over the church, over our nation, Lord, by your spirit. Mabarata kapela kapabota kapata sekte kabreperias kapalata shento kaparabeta kabranta kapaliate baratai sabababata kabalate brete kevelete brete lega gaga barabata kabalante brete bele kabelata sabababalante brete bele kabeleta bagabatwa Angra Barazanga Balante Bele Cabelia Tabat, Aprosole Belenda Brada Balacababo, Embrada Gabalanga Balanda Balacabelanda Bababo, Mande Berecadas Cabranda Balacadela, Elete Brende Bele Cosabala Branda Bacatoa, Bante Cabaso Balaca Branda Bata, Barata Baba Baba Balanda Bacabo, Empresete Bate Balacate, Embrete Cabele Berenda Bacabelata, Zanda Baba Rabata Gabalata Brandapa, Elected Velente Beda Cabelata, Bacabalato Brende Vele Cabeliata, Acababa Babu, Embelete Beda Cabela Brabante, Zende Bele Cabramanta La Cabalata, Embrede Bele Bacabalata Beda Cabale, Recade Belenda Bala Cabina Bala Gabai, Encapabora de Cabelete, Zende Bele Bante Cabalete, Abracata Barate Bala Cabatua. Bakabala de Brede Vena Cabela Tabo, Akababa Babala de Bedeke, Rebele de Bede Cabina da Bacata, Akababara de Benatale, Aliaka Cabarabuna de Bele, Let the Brende Mene Cabalate, Shete de Barande Bele Coria Matalaba, Alakata Banda Balakata Yamanda Bele Cabela Balacato, Rebele de la Cabalabina Tabalaka, Rababala de Bede Cabila de Bele Cabranda, Rakata Yabanda Balanda Balaka Belanda Balakate, Rebebe Belanda Brega Belanda Balakatia, Akapole Belanda Braga Balata, Yata Balata Belaka Balata Bragaba, Eko Baba Balanda Balakatua, Rakata Yabanda Belacobra Menenda Bregaba, Rakata Yabanda Balanda Brega Balata Balakatia, Akababa Belanda Balaka Badia Balanda, Arada Balaka Badia Balanda Balakabatai. Let our waters begin to boil, oh God, such that our name will be great before our enemies. Psycho prefeliante bragatas, Lanta barabakanta branta kapate, Lete babelia kabala branta kapate, Bakababa balanda brede bede belenda bakabe, Rakababa banda kabala banda bele kabo, Kababela banto bragabeliate, Rababila balanda balakata branda balato, Lende bele kababuria bekabalanda bakaba, Lete berenda brede belenda brede bede, Sababa balanda balakabila da balakato, Ebrada balabanda la balakabila da brede be, Sagada ya balanda balakabato. Lord, help us to embrace the cross. Help us to embrace the way of the cross, that through death to ourselves will come. Help us out of ourselves, oh God. Do not leave us on our own. Even as the cross is not a straight thing, help us to embrace it. That when things that allow flesh to come alive, when it is showed up, Lord, by your spirit, we will choose the way of the cross. Help us to die to ourselves. Help us to die to ourselves, that we may fix our gaze on you. For any man that cannot bear his cross is not worthy to be your disciples. Lord, give us the reality of the cross. Help us out of the comfort of our flesh. Help us to embrace the way of the cross of God. If you leave us on our own, for the spirit is willing, the flesh is feeble. Help us, oh God, to choose and embrace the way of death, that we will truly die to ourselves. We will die to things that are promoting self and flesh. Help us, Jesus, to embrace the way of the cross. that self will truly die. And deliver us from dead works. Everything that we have been doing that is sponsored by the flesh, by dead works, help us. Deliver us out of it, oh God, that the power of the cross will be made alive again in us. Help us to choose the way of sacrifice. It was not comfortable to you, and it cannot be comfortable to us today. Help us, Jesus. Eyamotole kamina saile fretete ruka bala brantas keliate yakaba baba baba tole kapalia. That when Babylon show up in the ways that looks pleasant to our eyes, help us, help us, help us, help us to dodge, help us to run to you, help us to run to the cross. Help us, Jesus. For flesh can keep us comfortable, but cross will crucify us. Yare corias Epresovelia miracambe lascante mangraso pelekaite. Help the wicked motives of our heart. Help the things that we have been doing that is sponsored by the flesh. Help us, Jesus, Yakobarias, to return to the old ways. We stand at the crossroad of this season and we ask, Lord, help us, oh God, to trace the ancient path of the cross. Help us, Jesus. We choose to align to the cross. Where I have sold myself to the flesh, help me. Help me to embrace. Help me to embrace the way of the cross. Oh, Same Belerias. Oh, Branca Teperoski la Parente. La Coprea Sabalaita. Where I have dropped my cross, help me to carry up. Sakote Menasailia. Barataka Barataka Balatai. Seko Barante Preskela Baratai. Sababa Baba Balante Bella Curias. Magras Oprea Baratelis. Elekete Manate Bella Cabra Baboria Meleganta La Balate. Sagadaga Balanda Balaga Balaga Bataya Mantala Barata. Elekete Bramba Baleta Gabatwa. The things that we have built on the foundation of the flesh, help us, Jesus, to return to the cross. Help us to return to the cross. Help us to return. Deliver us from dead works and help us, oh God, to embrace the cross. Samelia Rutena Saimele Cambras Kiliante Mambo Laiten Anaya. That we will not labor at the end, we are rejected. That we will not labor at the end, we are not found. In the book, that, oh God, Yakumana Sailia, Barata, Yatelias, Yeteta Bariata Balatai, Hebrea Siliane, Ayabama Mama Moretela, Regada Galabada Yamanda Balagabatiane. Yagagagayatata Legade Baranda Balagabadash Sakata Baba Baba Sagadaga Balada Balagabadwash. May I not be way found wanted. May I not be found on the scale wanted. Help me, oh God. Menu Savolai Kabarata Lekumana Sialetaya Yagagabarate Yagabaragabalaterias. Yes, we can be able to dictate the falsehood. We can be able to dictate things that are done to promote darkness, but we ourselves are working on the foundation of dead works. Jesus, evaluate our work again, evaluate our heart again, check us again, oh God, and put us on the pathway of the cross. If today was our last day on earth, what can we reckon, what can we give as the account concerning our lives? Oh, help us, oh God. We might have chosen the way that seemed right unto man, but the end of it is death, sponsored by the flesh. Help us. Oh, manata. Sekoka babele de bredebele kebremene dabala kapi. Rebede dabala gabrambala de bele gabina dabala gabida. Regede bala de brebena dabala gabina dabele gabada. Rebede bele de bele gabade yabanda bele dabala gabada. What have I been doing that is not sponsored by your spirit? What have I been doing that was my own motive? What have I been doing that it was self that motivated me? Help me. I embrace the way of the cross. I choose Golgotha. Hold my hand, oh God, and lead me along the way. Yay, Mantalia Sovretina, Abarakata Branda Balakatia, Regada Belenda Belegabila Dabalagatai, Campela, Ebuna Nantale. Oh, help me. Help me. Help me. Help me. That at the end I will not stay in the place of outer darkness, where there will be snatching of teeth, where there will be weeping.